Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Saturday, December 19th at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time by Zeno Reader. There are 741 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. U.S. evictions crisis. My pride has gone. We're pretty much homeless now. Secretary of State Pompeo says hack was pretty clearly Russian. California town says no to tough virus rules, then yes. Devin Dalio, son of billionaire Ray Dalio, dies in car crash. Donald Trump plans to shut two remaining U.S. consulates in Russia. QAnon-linked Congresswoman-elect Marjorie Taylor Greene joins effort to reject Electoral College votes. Congress just approved a 2-day funding extension to buy more time for stimulus negotiations, barely voting to avoid a shutdown. Donald and Melania Trump wear matching tuxedos in their final Christmas card from the White House. Visa delays leave thousands of South Asian women unable to work. Ghislaine Maxwell was in process of divorcing husband, prosecution claims it slams fresh bail bid. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Jerry Rice tells Randy Moss to look at the stats, you got must, NBC Sports. Kidnapped Nigerian schoolboys reunited with families, The Wall Street Journal. L.A. County Gascon complains murder victims' family cannot keep their mouth shut, issues apology, Fox News. In California, wealthy patients are offering top dollar to cut the line for a COVID-19 vaccine, CNN. Secretary of State Pompeo says hack was pretty clearly Russian, NBC News. Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus versus iPhone 12 Pro Max camera samples leak, and it's not close, Tom's Guide. These 5 NASDAQ stocks are the ones to watch in 2021, Motley Fool. Shigeru Miyamoto gives a tour of the Super Nintendo World theme park, Engadget. COVID-19 vaccine side effects prompt advocate Condell Medical Center to temporarily pause vaccinations, WLS-TV. Sources, Ohio State Buckeyes, Northwestern Wildcats clear COVID testing for Big Ten championship game, ESPN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Daily Show U-Log is one long fiery troll of Trump. Spain's parliament votes to legalize euthanasia. Biden defeats Trump once again in Colbert's toss the coup before Christmas. Breonna Keeler hits pearl-clutching Republicans with a very long list of Trump's insults. Fox News utterly insane ST about COVID-19 slammed in searing supercut. Stanford Hospital apologizes after frontline doctors protest botched vaccine rollout. Gretchen Whitmer rips Trump administration for slow-walking vaccines as people die. Kushner helped launch shell company that paid campaign funds to Trump family, report. FDA approved second coronavirus vaccine in U.S. Twitter users cannot believe what Space Force members will be called. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Deputy runs over fleeing man in field. Report, NYPD excessive force heightened tensions. Eagles Nest halts work on portion of levee project. DA's office, mystical to be cleared of charges. Live event industry cries out for relief. Santa gets creative to visit patients at American Family Children's Hospital. Woman busted leaving store with items 18 times. Cop pays for hotel room to help homeless woman. Sledding at school after the first storm. Doctors expecting to see a pandemic baby boom. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Once a slogan of unity, Je suis Charlie now divides France. How China censored COVID-19. Lebanese officials try to limit inquiry into deadly Beirut blast. He always wanted to be a garbage man, now he's the commissioner. A COVID-19 surge and conspiracy theories royal Pakistan. Looking for nice Jewish guys with standards? Click here. FDA clears Moderna's COVID vaccine. The U.S. has recorded over 250,000 cases in a day for the first time. Ghislaine Maxwell calls jail oppressive. Prosecutors say she has it easy. Suicide bomber in Somalia hits Prime Minister's rally. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Jason Chaffetz, Melania Trump has been an outstanding first lady, liberal media have treated her unfairly. Biden may stagger nominations from House to avoid cutting into slim Democratic majority. Sopranos cast reunites online to aid firefighters. Hans von Spakovsky, Attorney General William Barr steps down with outstanding record of accomplishments. Doomsday Mom Lori Vallow is an evil monster who obsessed over end of times before children's deaths. Doc. Adele's style and body transformation over the years. Wild-time mountain star Jamie Dornan says he shares a lack of confidence with his alter ego. Bill de Blasio says mission is to redistribute wealth in NYC school system. L.A. County the Gascon unknowingly complains murder victim's family cannot keep their mouth shut, issues apology. Arne Sanchez's Brussels sprout salad is his ultimate holiday side dish. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, December 19th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Elizabeth Banks speaks out on Twitter after Stand Your Ground bill passes in Ohio House. The Great Conjunction, Jupiter, Saturn to form Christmas star in rare double planet event. Man laid off during pandemic offers to shovel snow, receives overwhelming response from community. Greg Kinnear on CBS All Access The Stand, it's a dark ride, but it has a certain amount of hope. Sisters call landlord a Scrooge for removing Christmas decorations, but owner says they're a fire hazard. Doctor wears bio button to track reaction, any complications from COVID vaccine. 22nd annual The Home for the Holidays comes to CBS on Sunday, December 20th. Chiefs Saints preview, New Orleans has to find a way to slow down Kansas City, says CBS's Andrew Catalon. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. It's Merry Floodmas, communities could be cut off as 4 inches of rain is predicted. London and South East could be cut off from the rest of the UK. Jeffrey Epstein's French modeling agent friend is charged with rape of minors. Plans to post millions of rapid testing kits to homes are blocked by regulator over accuracy fears. How you can see the first alignment Jupiter and Saturn in 800 years over Britain's skies. Oxford vaccine will be approved before New Year, Whitehall sources say. Is the Holy Grail in Hounslow? Amateur archaeologist convinced relic hidden under river in London. Yorkshire shepherdess will struggle to keep festive bubble small with 9 children and 850 sheep. Highways England trials new cameras on the M1 to catch tailgaters. South Western Railway cancels trains into London amid staff shortages caused by COVID. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Biden transition team criticizes cooperation from Pentagon. Explainer, Iran, despite sanctions, has routes to vaccines. Japan had ordered enough vaccines for the whole country, now it has to overcome a history of vaccine mistrust. Portugal's armed forces help nursing homes battle the virus. Rockets hit U.S. base in Afghanistan, no casualties reported. Russian vaccine Sputnik V is using Twitter to needle and undermine its rivals. An emerging new alliance of democracies. Tokyo Olympics Q&A, costs, IOC, COVID-19, and vaccinations. U.S. bans technology exports to Chinese semiconductor and drone companies, calling them security threats. Israel's top-secret Mossad looks to recruit via Netflix, Hulu and Apple TV. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Closure of iconic Cliff House ends a remarkable era of San Francisco's history. Republicans strategize for next elections, their plan is to make it harder for voters to participate. Coronavirus live news, millions in England wake up to tougher restriction amid fears over new strain, Australia grapples with Sydney cluster. Son wins U.S. lawsuit after parents destroy his porn collection. Joe Biden will face an inbox of complex foreign policy problems from the start. COVID cases in India reach 10 mass country plans vaccination program. Busta Rhymes, my most embarrassing moment, losing my virginity at 15. The Sopranos, from enduring TV hit to the hottest show of lockdown. My Christmas traditions involve a hangover and the Muppets' Hadley Freeman. Italy to go into COVID lockdown over festive period. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Blast of cold air grips northeast with fresh snow as Christmas storm approaches. Snags on COVID-19 relief may force weekend sessions. FDA grants authorization to Moderna for second COVID-19 vaccine. Trump is fundraising off Georgia races, but his PAC isn't spending it on candidates. Fear fuels gun sales as Biden vows crackdown. Arizona GOP leaders quarrel over election results could impact party's future. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Caliphate, NY Times loses awards for Islamic State podcast over false reporting. U.S. cyber attack, Russia clearly behind SolarWinds operation, says Pompeo. 737 MAX, Boeing inappropriately coached pilots in test after crashes. COVID, Italy latest European country to order Christmas lockdown. COVID, US approves Moderna as second vaccine. US charges ex-Zoom employee with shutting down Tiananmen Square events. Vanessa Bryant, her mother's lawsuit and the value of childcare. COVID, the country's worried they won't get the vaccine. Coronavirus in South Africa, unraveling the mystery. Faith and fertility at Bethlehem's milk grotto. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. You may have to wait longer for a vet appointment during the pandemic. Here's why. The Trump booster group that helped the head of the extremist Proud Boys gain access to the White House. As COVID-19 vaccine rolls out, undocumented immigrants fear retribution for seeking dose. U.S. gets more help in raging battle against COVID-19 as FDA authorizes Moderna vaccine, the second allowed for emergency use. Will San Francisco, New York and other big cities recover from COVID-19? What a post-vaccine city could look like. Federal charges for two accused of abandoning 2-year-old boy at Mississippi Goodwill donation outlet. Coronavirus updates. FDA authorizes Moderna vaccine. Democrats ask CDC to list educators as critical group. Pence gets vaccinated. In California, fewer look for work as virus surges. And should rich folks get vaccines first? Feel-good moments that shone a light in a dark year. Navajo coal-fired power plant comes down in Arizona. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. A breezy, bone-dry Christmas holiday is likely in the Los Angeles region. LA County coroner announces independent inquest into deputy killing of Fred Williams III in Willowbrook. LA teachers will spend more live time with students amid uncertainty over school reopening. Doctor accused of using addicts in medical fraud scheme is out of jail with COVID-19. California economy is fast losing momentum. 327,600 give up on seeking jobs. Do you know anyone who is bending the rules to get the COVID-19 vaccine first? Stanford neglecting its frontline workers in COVID-19 vaccine rollout, doctors say. LA County on verge of becoming COVID-19 epicenter, we are getting crushed. Yosemite's Ahwahnee Hotel under fire for hosting hundreds at Thanksgiving feast. George Gascon's plans to overhaul prosecutions meet early resistance from judges, others. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, December 19th, 2020. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. COVID-19, new coronavirus strain spreading faster than previous variant. UK government scientists warn ministers. Nigerians given 2 weeks to register SIM cards. Africa news. The Nigerian Commission has issued a directive to all mobile network operators to deactivate all SIM cards that will not be duly registered with valid national identity card by December 31st. The move may see mobile lines blocked of 198 million users. Pfizer irked after Belgian politician publishes COVID-19 vaccine prices. Reuters. Cyber attack is brutal reminder of the Russia problem facing Joe Biden. What we know, and still don't, about the worst ever U.S. government cyber attack. NZ Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern says give 2020 the middle finger. Russia is behind the broad, ongoing cyber spy campaign against the U.S. government and private sector, Pompeo says. Apple supplier Wistrans labor violations, 12-hour shifts, no overtime. U.S. prosecutors have charged a former Zoom employee with disrupting video meetings marking the anniversary of the 1989 crackdown on protests in Tiananmen Square on behalf of China's government. Chilean president handed $3,500 fine for maskless selfie with stranger on beach. Angela Merkel incredibly proud of BioNTech founders. The German chancellor has voiced her appreciation for BioNTech, the small German firm behind the first coronavirus vaccine to get regulatory approval. Merkel said the shot will save many lives. COVID-19 vaccine can turn people into crocodiles, Brazilian president. Russian National Guard to partner with Belarus police amid Belarus protests. Boris Johnson calls crisis meeting over new COVID strain. With a reputation as the pharmacy of the world, India is geared to mass-produce COVID-19 vaccines. The next headlines are from Forbes. Electric vehicle launches to watch out for in 2021. Trump signs bill that could delist Chinese companies from U.S. stock exchanges. The Supreme Court put off for now a ruling on the Trump census policy, but one way or another the policy will not get implemented. WWE SmackDown results, winners, news and notes on December 18, 2020. Whiskey's pandemic immunity, Macallan breaks launch record with $2 million in orders at prestige drinks retailer Lee Closs. How to cash in betting Canelo Alvarez vs. Callum Smith, 4 bets where odds makers provide value. Stanford apologizes for botched vaccine rollout after doctors revolt. Disgraced former Alabama Governor Robert Bentley gets COVID vaccine before many frontline workers. Greenland explores how planet Earth might address an extinction-level event. Joe Madden optimistic new Los Angeles Angels GM will bolster pitching. The next headlines are from Nature.com. The ferocious sexual hives of giant shipworms, rivalry in wrestling matches. Biden's pick to head U.S. Environment Agency hardens scientists. Ways to look after yourself and others in 2021. The lightning-fast quest for COVID vaccines, and what it means for other diseases. The pandemic bookshelf grows. The lonely marathon run that transformed my approach to graduate school. Science advisors around the world on 2020. Arecibo Observatory, another great lost in 2020. The list. Moderna COVID vaccine becomes second to get U.S. authorization. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,673,772,577 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Wonder Woman 1984 gets early PVOD release in UK. Jessica Chastain's Ava set to make big impact on Chinese streaming release. Michael Angarano buys Kathleen Robertson's glam Hollywoodland home. In key rock and country Grammy categories, no boys allowed. Eminem remains in his comfort zone, for better and worse, on Music to Be Murdered By, Side B, album review. Greenland director Rick Roman on action, emotion and finishing his film in lockdown. Netflix delaying the Gray Man production amid surging California COVID-19 cases. A Life Too Short filmmaker Safai Usmani discusses honor killing of Kandil Baloch. Guardians of the Galaxy trends after U.S. Space Force members are named Guardians. Columbia Records promotes Sarah Mary Cunningham and John Salcedo to vice president. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. U.S. State Department closing 2 consulates in Russia. Maryland, Virginia to send extra COVID-19 vaccine to D.C., tripling its allotment. Stanford apologizes after vaccine allocation leaves out nearly all medical residents. Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine becomes second to earn FDA authorization. Newly released COVID-19 data show most U.S. cities are sustained hotspots. Our houses are not safe, residents fear Taliban in Afghanistan's capital. COVID-19 relief deal stalled as Trump signs 2-day stopgap bill to avoid shutdown. Massive snowstorm hits Japan, trapping more than 1,000 cars on a highway. Pfizer says millions of vaccine doses are ready, but states say shipments were cut. A huge relief, 344 schoolboys released after abduction in Nigeria. The following headlines are from The Week. The Daily Gossip, the Cyberpunk 2077 release is not going well, Eminem apologizes to Rihanna, and more. The Week's Best Photojournalism. Former Special Operations Head decries Michael Flynn's totally inappropriate call for military to overturn election. Pelosi, McConnell receive COVID-19 vaccine. Cyberpunk 2077 removed from PlayStation Store after developer apologizes over bugs. The Week Contest, Worst Year. Rich people are trying to pay to skip the coronavirus vaccine line. How can The Mandalorian go forward after that jaw-dropping finale? Supreme Court conservatives block challenge to Trump's removal of undocumented immigrants from census. Pentagon officials reportedly stunned as acting Defense Secretary halts Biden transition briefings. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Poet Claudia Delfina Cardona on her debut poetry chapbook. The next headlines are from Universe Today. White House encourages NASA to work on space-based nuclear power and propulsion systems. Here's Chang'e 5, seen from lunar orbit. Pictures are coming in from solar orbiter. The Kilanova chasing gravitational wave optical transient observer is about to be watching the whole sky. A real river valley on Mars, filled with virtual water by at Kavindil. A new type of atomic clock uses entangled atoms. At most, it would be off by 100 milliseconds since the beginning of the universe. These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, December 19th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. The Large Magellanic Cloud, our galactic neighbor. Solstice Tale of Two Cities. First quarter moon is December 21st. The longest days accompany the December solstice. Look for the Northern Cross. C1-23152, an ancient galaxy that built itself. December solstice, all you need to know. The next news is from Politico. FDA authorizes Moderna vaccine for emergency use. For Garcetti, there's no escape from LA. Ossoff makes closing pitch to rural black voters. FAA punished whistleblowers, protected industry and covered up flaws, Senate report says. Ron Johnson twice blocks COVID stimulus checks. Trump's defense veto would torpedo cyber overhaul amid unfolding hack. Pence announces Space Force members will be called Guardians. Fauci, yet to get COVID vaccine despite role developing it. Democrats eye slipping waiver for Biden's defense pick into spending bill. Warren re-ups bill to ban stock trading by lawmakers. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. 2 NSW men charged over triple stabbing in South Bank. Bitterly disappointed, Sydney to Hobart yacht race axed for first time in history. Collapsed completely, Kohli confident stunned India will rebound. How the pandemic affected the price of Christmas food. This is not what anyone wanted, WA slam chef order to NSW just days before Christmas. As it happened, Australia versus India first test, Australia wins by 8 wickets after India's record collapse. Cummins and Hazelwood wreck India, and bust laid lockdown plans. Sydney's northern beaches in lockdown, the day in photos. Sydneysiders' Christmas plans in chaos as states escalate border restrictions. Tourists, businesses brace for travel season chaos as governments weigh fresh restrictions. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Wear masks when seeing family over Christmas, WHO urges Europeans, as regulator accelerates COVID vaccine timeline. Keywords, even the King of Sweden says the country's COVID-19 strategy has failed. FDA grants Moderna authorization for a second COVID-19 vaccine. Washington avoids government shutdown, but no stimulus vote until Sunday at earliest. The ratings game, FireEye, CrowdStrike enjoy record days as SolarWinds hack lead to soaring security stocks. The Wall Street Journal, Zoom executive in China charged with disrupting Tiananmen video conference commemorations. The Federal Reserve loosens restrictions on big bank stock buybacks. The Wall Street Journal, Google offers free, weekly COVID-19 testing for employees. Congressional Democrats call for stricter oversight of free online trading after Robinhood settlement. Outside the box, Paycheck Protection Program has gone from business lifesaver to a mess. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Clarity on patentability in Australia Dentons, JD Supra. USPTO finalizes rules on patent amendments, fee discounts, Law 360. Nokia must pay $2 billion to enforce Daimler SEP injunction, Law 360. Skilled in the art, less is more when it comes to IP trials, law.com. Compulsory licensing to cut drug costs could harm public, Law 360. Germany clears path for European Unitary Patent System, JD Supra. Irish patent firm Solus OIED wins German case against LG and Sony on TV screens, Independent IE. We need to take on drug companies' abuse of the patent system, Jacobin magazine. University of Bremen in OE becomes the official patent and trademark center in the state of Bremen, India Education Diary. 6 ORNL scientists receive Distinguished Inventor Honor, Mirage News. The next headlines are from Quartz. Uber is trying to win back ridership with a kinder, gentler image. 10 of the most common concerns about the COVID-19 vaccines. America's green energy hopes hinge on propping up aging nuclear plants. Who's trying to weaken a U.S. bill targeting forced labor in China? Singapore's migrant workers are basically in coronavirus jail. I'm stepping down as CEO due to my mental health, and I want to talk about it. Trusted messengers may help disenfranchised communities overcome vaccine hesitancy. India is among the biggest users of Chinese surveillance cameras. Should pregnant people get the COVID-19 vaccine? The most read Wikipedia page on each day of 2020. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Lemonade beats Deutsche Telekom in French court over use of the color magenta. Content moderation case studies, copyright claims on white noise, 2018. Americans for Prosperity sue Commerce Department to find out who was influencing NTIA's attack on Section 230. With terrible federal broadband data, states are taking matters into their own hands. Dutch prosecutors say one man got into Trump's Twitter account with MAGA 2020 password. Daily Deal, the Pro Photography and Photoshop 20-course bundle. Another day, another antitrust lawsuit for Google. AT&T pisses off everybody, especially Christopher Nolan, for launching movies straight to streaming. Dietitch's location data vendor currently being investigated by Congress. CD Projekt Red hoops BS via tweet after removing game to appease China. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Ron Johnson. Notre Dame football. Space Force. Brad Pitt. Celtics. GGG versus Saramita. Grace Vanderwaal. USC football. Canelo versus Smith. Greenland movie. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. We need more public diplomacy, not less. McFaul saddened by U.S. closing last 2 consulates in Russia outside Moscow. NY Times returns Peabody Award for retracted Caliphate podcast after acknowledging that its star ISIS executioner was a hoax. They've got to keep that market. UFC star Chimaev's rise is part of plot linked to Russian champ Khabib's retirement, says rival. Former head of Aussie military insists top brass responsible for alleged Afghan war crimes after report absolves them. 6-year-old Russian YouTuber named among world's highest earners for 2nd year in row. Multiple rockets fired at major U.S. airbase in Afghanistan, officials. Biden ignores calls from Venezuela's self-styled President Guaido, ICE talks with Maduro, reports. Bitcoin should be worth $400,000 based on its scarcity, Guggenheim CIO. Mask warning, don't get lax because you're vaccinated against COVID-19, say China's health authorities. 8 coronavirus patients die after lung ventilator bursts into flames inside intensive care unit in Turkey. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Escobar, when deplorables become ungovernables. Pennsylvania orgy enthusiasts can stay safe using these 5 simple tips. 2020, the year we lost the plot. A global look at how people spend their time, spoiler alert, sleeping mostly. The internet is for porn. LA is spending $130,000 per tiny home to shelter its homeless. Insane S&P rebalance ends with Tesla smashing all-time volume record. Terrorist who murdered 224 people released from prison because of COVID-19. China endures worsening electricity shortages in name of punishing Australia. Americans' mental health hits 20-year low ahead of renewed lockdowns, Gallup poll. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Daines, Swalwell needs to get in front of a congressional committee. Charles Hurt, Biden's transition has been a flaming disaster. CNN's Acosta, Trump chasing after fever dream that he can overturn election results. Breitbart's A.W.R. Hawkins awarded Gun Rights Defender of the Year. MSNBC's Jason Johnson predicts wave of violence after Trump leaves office. CBP Commissioner, Joe Biden's border policy signals open borders to migrants, drug cartels, traffickers. Tulsi Gabbard, redirect profits from corporations allowed to remain open to small businesses forced to close. Kamala Harris to campaign in Georgia with Warnock, Ossoff next week. Pakistan accuses Indian military of shooting at UN officials. ICE seizes $32 million in fake Viagra pills, car emblems, other goods arriving from China. The next headlines are from UPI News. Winner only bought lottery ticket to meet minimum purchase requirement. Look, large crocodile spotted in Florida woman's backyard. Watch, World War Ever cannon found buried under Canadian baseball field. Watch, Texas student dons hazmat suit to take in-person exams. Watch, mystery monolith installed outside Florida bar. Watch, goat rescue 2 months after slaughterhouse escape in New Jersey. Watch, windsurfer's 36-foot wave earns her a Guinness World Record. Watch, city auctioning off demolition of former Trump casino. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. The best 2020 Netflix murder documentaries. Craziest 2020 conspiracy theories. 5 ways to plan a less conventional baby shower. 4 ways kids commonly struggle in school, and how to help. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. AI robot dogs training to explore caves on Mars. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Go build a snowman, school superintendent declares virtual snow day, melting our hearts on Twitter. Every patient treated with CRISPR gene therapy for blood diseases continues to thrive, more than a year on. Green-thumbed man grows plants worth $15,000 per leaf, inspired by grandmother's love. Nearly 70% of Americans are more appreciative of loved ones than ever before, the heart of 2020. Restaurant serving thousands of free meals to homeless is saved by donations from DC community, Tears of Joy. The Steve Irwin of mushrooms, Paul Stamets works to save rare ancient fungus to protect us from pandemics. The science on Santa reindeer, they are all female, except for Rudolph. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, December 19th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. BJP MLA inaugurates road, names it after himself. An iPhone 6s was dropped from a plane at 2,000 feet and found in working condition. U.S. judge says parents owe son over trashed porn collection. Woman's 34-year-old boobs won't stop growing, leaving her in constant back pain. Baker left cracking up after pal mistakes chocolate gift he made for bath bomb. Mother delivers baby at rest area on I-84 in Morgan County. Keith Richards gets cockroach named after him for his birthday. Illegal winery found at Alabama wastewater plant, authorities say. German cannon from WWI found underneath Canadian ballpark. At least 240,000 chickens killed in Florida fire. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Epidemiologist explains why COVID-19 mutation shouldn't scare you. Sony AI launches its gastronomy flagship project to make the world a bit tastier. There will be millions of apps on the roads, how are we going to charge them all? Alibaba offered clients Uyghur detection as a service, study finds. Manage and finish all your tasks with this Kanban board tool. Spiders in space are so unhappy they cannot even build decent webs. Autonomous vehicle makers should be held responsible for accidents, says Law Commission. Quick resume on the Xbox Series X is so good I want to imbibe it. Review, the Gosicle GX is a fun, foldable e-bike with few drawbacks. Twitter's new verification policy will drop in January 2021. The following headlines are from Science Daily. More than half of Hudson River tidal marshes were created accidentally by humans. Identifying where to reforest after wildfire. Zika virus affects eye development before but not after birth. Humpback whale songs provide insight to population changes. Land ecosystems are becoming less efficient at absorbing CO2. Ice sheet uncertainties could mean sea level will rise more than predicted. Monkeys, like humans, persist at tasks they've already invested in. New material system to convert and generate terahertz waves developed. New mechanism of force transduction in muscle cells discovered. Discovery of chromophores that emit light in the ultraviolet region when excited with visible light. The next headlines are from Information Week. Ready for desktop as a service? How to build a DevOps Center of Excellence. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, December 19th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. State colleges buy rallies past Southern Utah in women's basketball. Oregon holds off USC to win second straight Pac-12 football title. Utah State turns up the defense, pulls away from Northern Colorado for 63-50 victory. Letter, bring out your dead. Utah hammers overmatched Idaho 79-41 at the Huntsman Center. Salt Lake City schools reach deal with Utah lawmakers on teacher bonuses. University of Utah police chief is being forced out, lawyer says, over his transparency about missteps in Lauren McCluskey's case. More than 100 people protest Salt Lake County Health Department for homeless camp removals. As Utah learns it will get less vaccine next week than expected, rate of new cases continues to slow. Mother charged after Uinta County shooting leaves child dead. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. FAA and Boeing inappropriately coached pilots in 737 MAX testing. The Great Conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. Battery prices have fallen 88% over the last decade. As Bitcoin surges, prominent cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase aims to go public. Tech giants will block Kazakhstan's web surveillance efforts again. Department of Justice case against Google likely won't go to trial until late 2023, judge says. Fujifilm and IBM set world record with 580 terabytes magnetic tapes. Microsoft, 2021 is the year passwords die. Microsoft offers Cyberpunk 2077 refunds for all digital sales, but it's not pulling the game. Law banning rental fees for customer-owned routers takes effect Sunday. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Belleville restaurant gets indoor dining back after Fox files investigation. Clayton community surprises UPS driver with new roof, money. Postal workers face uphill climb with record delivery traffic during COVID pandemic. FDA authorizes emergency rollout of Moderna COVID vaccine. 3 Missouri senators hope to legalize sports betting in the state. A holiday gift idea to help your child stay focused during virtual learning. Crash closes part of Lindbergh Boulevard, in Kirkwood, power pole snapped. St. Charles police make PSA after 7 rise in car thefts. The deadline to nominate a remarkable woman is this Saturday. St. Louis County nurse shares devastating COVID-19 story as cases plateau at dangerous levels. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. California tourist town says no to tough virus rules, then yes. Officer dragged by SUV during traffic stop released from hospital. This is crazy. Restaurants again must abide by state stay-at-home order. Grandma who survived COVID-19 delivers 800 handmade tamales to healthcare workers. Vista, Lakeside schools delay return of in-person learning after winter break. Intensive care unit capacity plummets amid COVID-19 surge. Bayou beats number 18 SDSU despite Mitchell's 35 points. Congress passes 2-day spending bill to avoid government shutdown. Appeals court blocks restaurant openings as San Diego sees record high cases. Moderna vaccine becomes second authorized for emergency use in U.S. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. How to tell if your phone has been hacked. Police nab porch pirates with GPS tracker. Israeli spy dramas fuel interest in joining secretive Mossad agency. No Time to Die, 10 great spy movies to watch while we wait for its release. The true identities of Lee Carr's people. McCarthy to be briefed by FBI on Swalwell ties to China spy, I will not give up. 5 Russian hacks that transformed U.S. cybersecurity. Don't pardon Snowden. Massive cyber attack grows beyond U.S., includes Canadian victims. The 3 best books of John Lee Care for whom the individual always mattered more than the ideology. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Russia will test next-generation armored vehicle by 2022. Russian Army to receive first Mi-8 AMTSVN helicopters in 2021. Polish Army receives first Pilota anti-aircraft missile system. U.S. Navy awards contract to Ultra for Nixie torpedo countermeasure system. Pentagon confirms Honeywell will get $1 billion for Abrams tank engines. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. U.S. blacklists China's top chipmaker and world's biggest consumer drone company. Thank God, the vaccine is now available. China makes inroads abroad with COVID-19 diplomacy. Transgender teen missing after forceful admission to underground psychiatric clinic. Finding Yingying, Chinese pain and the empathy deficit. China's top blockbusters of 2020. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, December 19th, 2020. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Sharks Evander Kane looking forward to an NHL season. Brewery takes a stand against Bay Area's stay-at-home order. SF stores see drop in visitors by 80% due to pandemic, new order. Solano County businesses try to stay afloat amid new stay-at-home order. Volunteers fight fatigue to help Bay Area food insecure families. FEMA will permanently fund CA's Project Roomkey. COVID-19 hotspots, which Bay Area neighborhoods are most impacted. San Francisco officials demand explanation for outdoor dining ban. Teen killed after saving mom from domestic attack. California's intensive care unit capacity drops to 2% as COVID-19 cases surge. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Irving leads rout of Celtics in return to Boston Garden. Number 6 Arizona remains unbeaten, number 7 Baylor wins in rout. Australian Open, 14-day quarantine for players confirmed. Kyrie Irving cleanses court in return to Boston. Number 6 Arizona stays unbeaten with 62-59 win over Colorado. Reindeer wash cars to benefit Lazarus House. Plans call for restaurants, driving range, apartments at former Lombard Seminary campus. Downtown Naperville restaurant launching new dining car concept this weekend. Service, scholarship fund to honor 2 Naperville sisters killed in Ohio driving home. 17,000 health workers vaccinated so far, nursing homes could get shots December 28th. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle Police Department sweep Cal Anderson Park after federal judge denies restraining order. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Canada, Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Peru. Drought is ongoing in Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Spain, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal, Pakistan. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Iran, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey. Red alert for tropical cyclone Yesa 20. Population affected by category 1, 120 km per hour. Wind speeds or higher is 0.132 million. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, December 19th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Stormy Saturday, cold for Christmas. Pixar producer Dana Murray explains how Black Lead was developed for emotional powerhouse Soul. California unemployment, fraudulent claims filed in name of U.S. Senator Dianne Feinstein. House passes today bill to avert government shutdown as leaders battle over COVID relief. Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee receives COVID-19 vaccine. 15-year-old surrenders after threatening to harm himself and 1-year-old in Houston. Mother of murder victim giving back with community toy drive. Houston radio station playing Selena music nonstop. Harris County elections were fair and secure, task force finds. FDA grants emergency use authorization for Moderna's COVID vaccine. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Epstein-linked modeling agent charged with rape of minors. Hospital fire kills 8 COVID-19 patients at intensive care unit in Turkey. Big win for democracy, Bosnian city of Mostar gets a vote. Emails, WHO was warned of fallout over yanked Italy report. California hospitals struggling as coronavirus cases explode. Too many mistakes add up to number 13 USC's first loss. Congress averts shutdown, fight continues over pandemic aid. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, what New York City's open streets program could look like in the future. Gem Spa is auctioning off its iconic sign, awning, egg cream fountains and more. New York City's randomized testing plan repeatedly targets same group of Park Slope school children. Listen to Shirley Chisholm's victory speech upon becoming the first Black Congresswoman in U.S. history. New laws will require city to publish attendance and remote learning metrics. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. At Brownsville's Brookdale Hospital, COVID-19 vaccine is like Christmas coming early. Vegan Italian Deli Galiotto's opens in Little Italy. Arrest made in fatal subway arson that kills Hero motorman. Then and now, recreating old photos of Staten Island. The next headlines are from Observer.com. Testogen review, increases T levels by 47%. The flight attendant will fly again as HBO Max renews series for season 2. COVID-19 vaccine's first week delivers chaos, confusion and hope. By embracing online auctions, Sotheby's pulled over $5 billion in sales in 2020. SpaceX's Starlink had a record year, but competition is more fierce than ever. The thrilling Mandalorian finale indulged Star Wars' worst tendency. Best hair growth products, top 10 hair regrowth supplements and serums. How Cartoon Saloon brought Wolfwickers to life for Apple TV+. George C. Wolfe on Chadwick Boseman's legacy and the joy in making more money. The movies and TV shows that could actually make great reboots. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake 4.7 mag, 176 kilometers northwest of Coquimbo, Chile. Minor earthquake, 2.8 mag has occurred near Twin Bridges in Montana. Light earthquake, 4.5 mag strikes near Mid-Indian Ridge. Light earthquake, 4.5 mag strikes near Kakapo in Papua New Guinea. Light earthquake, 4.6 mag has occurred near Caving in Papua New Guinea. Light earthquake 4.8 mag, south of the Kermadec Islands. Light earthquake, 4.8 mag strikes near Naze in Japan. Light earthquake, M4.6 quake has struck near Fiji region. Light earthquake 4.7 mag, Barinas, Venezuela. Minor earthquake, M3.3 quake has struck near Sandpoint in Alaska. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Online violence, fueled by disinformation and political attacks, deeply harms women journalists. Afghanistan's historic year, peace talks, security transition but higher levels of violence. How Africa can lead the world in the COVID-19 recovery. Latin American electric utilities COVID accelerated evolution. America has a checkered past in international environmental diplomacy. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. PCR test casademic, how technocrats intentionally weaponized bad science. WHO, finally, admits PCR tests create false positives. Congressman introduces bill to end civil asset forfeiture nationwide, allow victims to be reimbursed. A return to normalcy, Joe Biden's vision of normal raises concerns. Mitch McConnell received donations from Dominion voting systems and shut down 2 election integrity bills in 2020. Biden names as climate czar former EPA chief blamed for Flint water crisis. Study, cancel culture decimating free speech at world's leading universities. Under guise of green energy, Israel entrenches itself in Golan Heights. Rand Paul, there's a great deal of voter fraud and it's not the first time. An information cover-up, new study says California's Employment Development Department, fraud could top $8 billion. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. No, Harvey Straub the pharmacist is not right about COVID. No, military generals didn't announce imposing martial law after Christmas. Did being confirmed China would invade the USA? Woman arrested after array of animals found in home. U.S. clears Moderna vaccine for COVID-19, second shot in arsenal. Ruby Freeman was not arrested by the FBI. Does the Vatican have Darth Vader in its nativity scene? Did Congress expel 14 members for supporting Confederacy, not acknowledging Lincoln as president? Wisconsin dentist accused of breaking teeth in fraud scheme. Motorist rescued after 10 hours in car buried by snow plow. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Audit in Michigan County refutes Dominion conspiracy theory. Anti-vaccine post use deceptively edited video clip. Q&A on COVID-19 vaccines. Our annual fundraising appeal. The Whoppers of 2020. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Ben & Jerry made delicious ice cream. Now they're fighting to free Julian Assange. Joe Biden saves Christmas from Giuliani and Trump in Colbert's twas the coup before Christmas. We found a 115,000-year-old iguana nest fossil in the Bahamas. Why the flight attendant finale was so f***ing terrible. He went to the bottom of an ocean known for storms, and lost contact. How HUD nominee Marcia Fudge can undo the damage Nixon did. History will agree that Trump used Americans as lab rats. Kyoto is still full of magic and mystery. Coleman Domingo is the man of the hour. The prostitute-killing truck driver who followed in Jack the Ripper's footsteps. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Alabama-Florida goes beyond college football playoff implications. Congress working through the weekend to finalize COVID-19 aid package. Amazon delivery man arrested for knifing another driver over parking spot. Texas hospital appears to give worker fake COVID-19 vaccine shot. Jupiter, Saturn will appear side by side for first time in centuries. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. By Jove, Saturn pairs up with Jupiter to create Christmas star on winter solstice. Plan a family staycation exploring the night sky. The Star of Bethlehem, can science explain what it really was? The sky this week, Jupiter and Saturn meet on the winter solstice. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Mars spacecraft spots angelic figure near South Pole. Jupiter and Saturn will form the first double planet in 800 years. Doctor explains how coronavirus vaccines work as FDA panel recommends one from Moderna. FDA panel votes to recommend Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine. Northeast digs out from deadly winter snowstorm. FDA panel endorses Moderna vaccine for emergency use authorization. Extra doses in Pfizer vaccine vials expand nation supply. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Home of Oklahoma nurse providing care for COVID patients burns down. Revised Mormon handbook calls for eradication of prejudice and racism. Assaulted fast food worker receives $1,700 from outraged strangers. Drug overdose deaths climbed early in pandemic, CDC says. Minnesota teen killed while defending mom, siblings. Congress averts government shutdown as fight over COVID relief stretches into weekend. Providence City Councilman makes vile comment about transgender activist. The Trumps post their 2020 White House Christmas photo. Space Force members will be called Guardians. Alabama sewage plant was doubling as a wine-making operation. The following headlines are from military.com. Guardians of the Galaxy, Pence announces name of Space Force members. Army will let makers decide how many soldiers to fit inside new fighting vehicle. Navy ends mandatory 6-month limited duty period for ill, injured sailors. Pentagon memo maps out plan to expand diversity in the force. The top 10 military news stories of 2020. Ranger Training Battalion CO relieved for allegedly making derogatory comments about subordinates. Fewer military recruits dropped out of boot camp in 2020. Here's why. Why retired generals rarely leave the Pentagon. Navy sends replacement sailors to USS Essex after crew members catch COVID-19. Air Force visits Army, Service Academy supremacy at stake. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Don't underestimate the fear clergy, doctors and activists tackle COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy, access in Black, Latino communities. City of Chicago failed to provide Jeanette Young's lawyer with all video from wrongful police raid on her home, mayor's office said. Record number of COVID-19 deaths hit Illinois nursing homes. The Spin, Illinois surpasses 15,000 COVID-19 deaths. City won't seek sanctions against Jeanette Young or her lawyer. Federal government shutdown looms over pandemic relief. Column, as the light returns, it's time to make a list of what we've missed and appreciated in this dark year. Illinois surpasses 15,000 coronavirus deaths, 1 week after eclipsing 14,000. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, state passes 15,000 deaths since beginning of COVID-19 pandemic, 7,377 new cases and 181 additional fatalities reported Friday. Judge declares Jackie Wilson innocent in bridge-related case, refers it for possible investigation by special prosecutor. Chicago alderman ends call for special city council meeting to address errant police raid on Jeanette Young's home after city drops pursuit of sanctions against her lawyer. Chicago police fire at gunmen who shot and seriously wounded a driver on the west side, officials say. The following headlines are from FIS.org. 2 dead, hundreds flee floods in Philippine storm. More than half of Hudson River tidal marshes were created accidentally by humans. Identifying where to reforest after wildfire. Plants can be larks or night owls just like us. Researchers take a closer look at the genomes of microbial communities in a human mouth. Study finds growing numbers of critically endangered sawfish in Miami waters. Ultra-fast gas flows through tiniest holes in 2D membranes. New topological properties found in old material of cobalt disulfide. When light and atoms share a common vibe. Sound waves spin droplets to concentrate, separate nanoparticles. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, December 19th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Shy bladder syndrome is a social phobia that's more common and treatable than people realize. Network theory reveals the storytelling secrets behind Game of Thrones. Is the multiverse theory science fiction or science fact? The top scientific breakthrough of 2020, understanding SARS-CoV-2, and then developing multiple vaccines. How salt transforms our food and impacts our bodies. The photo stick and photo stick mobile reviews, scam or worth buying? Attack the interstellar comet. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. AP Week in Pictures, Global. Here's what people with allergies should know about COVID vaccines. Team New Zealand wins America's Cup World Series. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Bridge, December 19, 2020. Horoscopes December 19, 2020, Alyssa Milano, speak up and show passion and leadership ability. Word Game, December 19, 2020. Ask Amy, I'm supposed to be a secret from my father's other family, but there's something I need to ask them. Harriet Cole, will my little boy think he's supposed to be gay? Miss Manners, I threw away your gift, now can you make me another? Dear Abby, older woman uses this word a lot, and I don't think she realizes the connotation. Oakland man arrested in connection with Fremont robbery. Oregon beats USC for the championship in a finish that's so very Pac-12. Oakland, video of fatal police shooting released. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. AP Exchange, a walk through Nevada's pet cemeteries. 1979 polio outbreak in Lancaster County remembered. Small town besieged by hundreds of giant black vultures. Fourth graders art patch sent to the stars on SpaceX rocket. Erie's first black female firefighter now an officer. K-19 training as much for the K-9 handler as for dog. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Trump to CIA, say goodbye to your war on terror. Puerto Ricans voted for statehood, again, what happens now? The Trump administration has planted a landmine in federal agencies. A U.S.-backed militia that kills children may be America's exit strategy from its longest war. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, December 19, 2020. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Blood pressure drug may be key to increasing lifespan, new study shows. Novel crystalline oxide may solve the problem of overheating in composite materials. AI-supported test predicts eye disease 3 years before symptoms. Stroke and altered mental state increase risk of death for COVID-19 patients. In liver, a stress cell can be bad news for its neighbors. Simple and cost-effective extraction of rare metals from industrial waste. Capturing whole body 3D movements. Low-income preschoolers exposed to nurturing care have with higher IQ scores later on. Gene biomarkers indicate liver toxicity quickly and accurately. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Gunman wounds 6 people in overnight shooting at Southside gathering. 1 killed in Ukrainian village crash, police. Bears risk repeating major mistake as they fall in love with QB Mitch Trubisky again. Bears defense says it has turned the page entering must-win game. Man fatally shot in Gresham, police. Is Beverly a village or a fortress on Chicago's South Side? Woman critically wounded in Little Village shooting, police. Advocate Condell Medical Center pauses COVID-19 vaccinations after 4 people react negatively. Horoscope for Saturday, December 19, 2020. At least 24 vehicles burglarized in Evanston parking garage. The following headlines are from Riverfront Times St. Louis. St. Louis historic Eat Right Diner has permanently closed. St. Louis World Chess Hall of Fame hosting massive Keith Haring exhibit. U.S. Attorney Jeff Jensen resigning. Best CBD oil, pure CBD oil Nordic oil, CBD products Nordic oil. How to find the right CBD product. Free psychic reading, quick answers to big questions now. Tox Flush reviews, does it work for weight loss? ProstaStream reviews, does this prostate supplement work? Missouri rep allegedly threatened aide to lie about sex with intern. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Big Sean mentored an aspiring rapper and found a new purpose in himself. Marathon Refinery offers 2x$5 M worth of homes in Southwest Detroit to create buffer. Live stream concert to help Detroiters pay rent will feature Bev Love, Little Animal, Hazy Green Sky, and others. Detroit's Anna Birch drops Carpenters-esque Christmas single just in time to low-key depress us for the holidays. Kelly Jean Caldwell Band tackles partying and the complexities of motherhood on Swaggering Birdie. Bedrock stalls Monroe Blocks project will temporarily pivot to drive-in theater, concert stage. Heartbroken community leaders mourn the loss of Wayne County Sheriff Benny Napoleon. Michigan hunters, anglers set 2021 conservation goals. Eminem name drops Breonna Taylor, Rihanna, and lots of COVID on surprise and surprisingly good sequel, Music to be Murdered by, Side B. Electric Forest Festival eyeing possible 2021 dates. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, December 19, 2020. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. TX Supreme Court rules Alfred Dwayne Brown will be paid after death row exoneration. City of Houston forces delay in Harding Strait raid hearing. COVID cannot stop 16th annual Trills the Season toy drive. Todd runs Grand Plugs nationwide Clearly Human tour, virtually. Openings and closings, Lefty's cheesesteak debuts, Texas City livens up. He died immersed in music, the tale of Tom Tarbox Kiersted. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, try a Deshaun Watson approved cheesesteak. The 50 best music videos of 2020 you probably missed part 5, 10-1. 12 days of favorite Houston food and drink experiences in 2020, part 8, cocktails and spirits. Reviews for the uneasily quarantined, news of the world. The next headlines are about world records making news. Texas Longhorn Tour world record holding star JR passes away, Townsville Bulletin. North Star's Augustine breaks world record in powerlifting, Daily American Online. JF Caron sets new hammer tire deadlift world record, 1,202 pounds, bar bend. Petersburg boat hunter harvests world record mountain goat, KFSK. Andrei Minikov lowers world junior record in 50 butterfly SCM, Swimming World magazine. Fletcher Free Library has a scavenger hunt to put a little fun into your winter, Burlington Free Press. Kira Toussaint ties her own world record in 50 back in Amsterdam, SwimSwam. Jeweler sets world record with 12,638 diamond ring, it's priceless, Yahoo Sports. 62-hour fundraiser honoring Grace Rett's world record, funds will construct athletic facility at Lake Holy CR, masslive.com. Pilato sets new world junior 50 BR record of 29.61 at Italian Open, Swimming World magazine. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Zoom exec accused of conspiring with Chinese government to surveil, censor video calls. Carp. A faulty algorithm screwed residents out of Stanford's vaccine distribution plan. FDA authorizes Moderna COVID-19 vaccine for emergency use. How to turn off 5G to save your iPhone 12 battery. Space Force personnel will be called Guardians because sure, whatever. Apparently Microsoft wants to design its own ARM chips. The best gifts for chicken nerds. The Department of Justice's antitrust suit against Google is probably on hold until 2023. What we know so far about the SolarWinds hacking scandal. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Algrabies Falls in South Africa at 112.46 degrees Fahrenheit or 44.7 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nera in Russia at minus 59.26 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 50.7 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. A clever strategy to deliver COVID aid with satellite data. Miyamoto leads fans through Super Nintendo World, and it looks incredible. Microsoft may be developing its own in-house ARM CPU designs. Stanford Hospital erupts in protest after vaccine plan leaves out residents, updated. Some Big Sur users are unable to update macOS due to an MDM bug. US government bans tech exports to top drone maker DJI. Greenland is as much a love story as an epic spectacle of impending disaster. Law banning rental fees for customer-owned routers takes effect Sunday. NOAA expects La Niña weather patterns through March. Biomarkers are how cancers give up their secrets. Next, announcements from the World Health Organization. COVAX announces additional deals to access promising COVID-19 vaccine candidates, plans global rollout starting Q1 2021. New study highlights cost-effectiveness of bans on pesticides as a suicide prevention strategy. The following headlines are from Raw Story. GOP congressman vows he won't take coronavirus vaccine, I'm an American. Watch MSNBC cover Rupert Murdoch's empire of misinformation at Fox News and the NY Post. Trump's election delusions debunked by GOP sex tape and brutal facts versus myths graphic. Planet Nutsoid, Trump supporters burned to the ground for latest Arizona election conspiracy shenanigans. Disgraced former GOP governor given early COVID vaccine, after Alabama's supply was cut by 40%, report. Trump has a post-presidency crisis, almost no one wants him as a neighbor. Baffling, Trump admin reportedly slashing vaccine allocations to states, while millions of doses sit on shelves. Why Facebook antitrust case relies so heavily on Mark Zuckerberg's emails. In appeal to Joe Biden, Khashoggi's fiancé calls for release of Central Intelligence Agency report on brutal Saudi murder. White House makes Friday afternoon announcement of what members of the Space Force will be called, reports. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Conjunction countdown, day -2. These recent hacks look really bad. How should America respond? What combination of interventions is most effective for a pandemic? U.S. student debt just hit a mind-bending milestone, so we made this animation. Friday cataloging December 18, 2020. From our archives, Roger Wilkins whiteout. No, the CDC is not prioritizing vaccines for the elderly because they are too white. Undocumented people have been on the COVID front lines for months. Will they be scared off the vaccine? Could Rudy Giuliani face a perjury charge? Republicans move to kill Fed's ability to help Democratic presidents. The next items are today's top search results for Bigfoot. Couple think they spot Yeti, but are stunned when they realize it's a snow-covered tree, the sun. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Alien hunters detect mysterious radio signal from Proxima Centauri, National Geographic. Life on Venus, MIT Technology Review. The Walker, Texas Ranger reboot is ready to kick some ass, mourn some wives, Texas Monthly. Key building block for organic molecules discovered in meteorites, NASA. Viral year 2020, events in age of pandemic, Anadolu Agency. Steven Spielberg turns 74, 6 films that showcase the director's artistry better than his blockbusters, first post. Vox Populi, classic sci-fi tale raises the specter of bringing virus back from space, the Asahi Shimbun. Hidden lakes on Mars, asteroid worth global economy, reverse aging top scientific discoveries in 2020, India Today. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Author Armida Najarosa's new historical novel, Choir of Cloistered Canaries, is a fascinating story of family, the science of pollution, and a looming dystopia, PR Web. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, December 19, 2020 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Former Central Intelligence Agency Director John Brennan on UFOs video. Government refuses to rule out alien or non-human technology. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, December 19, 2020. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. True Strange News Fair Use Statement. No Views News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2020 by No Views News. All rights reserved.